Good evening, Prasad. It's been years since Malaysia saw a large-scale protest, and with COVID-19, large gatherings have been a thing of the past. But with more and more Malaysians getting frustrated with the government's handling of the pandemic, Lawan has emerged.
A protest against the government is set to begin tomorrow and will last for 3 days. Called #Lawan, the campaign will take place physically and online. Protest organizer Secretariat Solidarity Rakyat said those who want to physically join the protest should put up a black flag at home and on their vehicles. They also called on Malaysians to dress in black when going out to buy necessities. Those who participate in the campaign were also asked to post photos on social media with the #Lawan starting 3 p.m. tomorrow. The organizer has 3 demands it wants fulfilled immediately: for Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin to resign, for Parliament to convene, and for the state of emergency to end. They said after almost 7 months of the emergency ordinance in place and a month into the nationwide lockdown, the government has still failed to control the spread of COVID-19. Today, Malaysia reported the highest number of new daily cases with 9,180 infections. The group also noted that over 5,900 lives have been lost to the virus since the start of the pandemic in the country. The Black Flag campaign previously made waves across social media last Saturday, with the #Lawan tweeted over 72,000 times.
Zahid Hamidi's big announcement that UMNO has withdrawn support for Muhyiddin Yassin was to help the country, according to the UMNO president, and was not an attempt to grab power. Which reminds me, with politics like this, Malaysia needs a free press more than ever. And we need your help. Click on the link in the description and find out how you can contribute.
UMNO's decision to pull support from Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin was not done to gain power. This is according to its party president Ahmad Zahid Hamidi. In a Facebook post today, he said it wasn't true that the move was done as they had a thirst for power. According to Zahid, if they did, this wasn't the way to carry it out, and it would be better to hang on to power they already had. He insisted that the move was an adjustment meant to help steer the country in the right direction so that the people's aspirations can get back on track. He added that UMNO must prioritize the interests of the people and country, even if they have to go against the flow. Zahid also responded to criticism against him for citing government failures as a reason for withdrawing support when UMNO is part of the government. To this, he said there were attempts to turn UMNO into a scapegoat. And it was though UMNO had to be held responsible for the PN government's failures. He said even though it wasn't March, aid for the people being announced was because the party pressured the government for it. He added that UMNO cannot help cover up the PN government's failures. On Wednesday night, Zahid, in his capacity as the UMNO president, stated that UMNO's Supreme Council had decided to withdraw the party's support for Muhyiddin to serve as Prime Minister. The withdrawal of support followed the appointment of UMNO Vice President Ismail Sabri Yaakob and Seberang MP Hishamuddin Hussein as Deputy Prime Minister and Senior Minister respectively.
Good Morning G-Sure is the first plant-based and complete nutrition drink made in Malaysia. It is suitable for those who are lactose intolerant. Research made by local universities found that more than 90% of our Malaysian population are lactose intolerant. Lactose intolerance can cause bloated stomach and diarrhea. Good Morning G-Sure helps to improve the immune system, reduce the risk of illnesses, and helps to improve general well-being and strengthen our bodies. A happy family starts with a healthy family. I'm still active, healthy, and going strong at the age of 52. It has to be Good Morning G-Sure.
A statement supposedly signed by all BNMPs expressed their support for Muhyiddin Yassin, which baffled Najib because he's also a BNMP and he says he agreed to no such statement.
All BNMPs have supposedly agreed to support Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin to serve as Prime Minister. In a joint statement claiming to represent all BN MPs, they said their priority now is to ensure the success of the National Recovery Plan and for Muhyiddin to fulfill his agenda to take care of the people. For the record, the joint statement does not carry an official BN letterhead, nor does it carry a list of signatories. According to FMT, an aide to Deputy Prime Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob verified the statement as authentic. Meanwhile, UMNO's Ketere MP Anwar Musa told Malaysia Kini he was party to the statement. However, another prominent BN MP, Pekans Najib Abdul Razak, raised doubts on the authenticity of the statement. He said he was the one who signed every endorsement letter for BN MPs, so he would know every single name, and the authors of the statement should have provided a name list. This is the second time since June 23rd where a statement claiming to represent all BN MPs have surfaced. The earlier statement claimed that BN MPs will not support a no-confidence vote against Muhyiddin. The previous statement was initially attributed to Ismail Sabri and later attributed to all BN MPs.
Malaysia is all about breaking records today. Not only did we report the highest number of daily new COVID-19 cases, we also reported the highest vaccination numbers.
Malaysia ramping up vaccination as the country's COVID-19 situation worsens. On Thursday, a total of 376,909 doses of COVID-19 vaccines were administered. Health Minister Dr. Adam Baba tweeted that this was the highest number given in a day so far. He added that from the total doses administered yesterday, 153,982 were for the second dose recipients. Adam also said as of yesterday, a total of over 10 million doses of the COVID-19 vaccine had been administered. 3.1 million people in the country have received their second dose. Meanwhile, Selangor Health Department Director Dr. Shah Ari Ngadiman has acknowledged that 2 public hospitals in the state are struggling to cope with the ballooning number of COVID-19 cases. He gave his assurance that more beds and personnel have been mobilized for both Hospital Shah Alam and Klang's Hospital Tengku Ampuan Rahimah. In a statement issued last night, Shah Ari explained that the canvas beds set up outside the Klang Hospital's emergency department were a temporary measure.
Shellfish, red meat, and beer. If you love indulging in these foods, you may end up with high uric acid level in your blood. These foods consist high level of purine, a substance that will eventually break down into uric acid and be excreted through our urine. It is recommended that the amount of dietary purines should be kept between 600 to 1000 milligrams per day. Having too much uric acid in your blood can cause attacks of gout. It can also cause kidney stones and blockage in the kidney. The crystallization of the excessive uric acid in your blood can be eased by reducing purine-rich food to only 100 to 150 milligrams daily, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and consuming urinary alkalinizer like Ural. It consists of sodium bicarbonate, citric acid, and sodium citrate that increases the urinary pH and solubility of uric acid to prevent crystallization. Best of all, it's lemon-flavored and sugar-free. Ural, effective urinary alkalinizer. Neutralize your uric acid problem now.
As many Malaysians lose their jobs, Ismail Sabri moved into his new office today. Congratulations.
Ismail Sabri Yaakob clocked in for the first time today as Deputy Prime Minister. He will now begin his duties as the nation's number 2 leader in Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin's administration. Wearing a blue suit, he arrived at the Perdana Putra compound at 10 a.m. and was welcomed by Chief Secretary to the Government Muhammad Zuki Ali and Senior Deputy Secretary General of the Prime Minister's Department Jamil Rakun. The 61-year-old UMNO leader was appointed Deputy Prime Minister on Wednesday while retaining his portfolio as Defence Minister. After clocking into his Level 4 office, he then signed the welcome book, reported Bernama. Previously, it was revealed that UMNO President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi had consented to Ismail's appointment as Deputy Prime Minister. UMNO Supreme Council member Arman Azhar Abu Hanifa said an understanding was reached in a face-to-face meeting between Ismail Sabri and Ahmad Zahid.
Can someone please explain to me in the comment section how we've been under a nationwide lockdown since June 1st, and today we reported over 9,000 cases.
Malaysia recorded 9,180 new cases of COVID-19 as of noon today. This is the highest number of cases since the pandemic began. The previous record was 9,020 cases recorded on May 29. The Klang Valley recorded over half of the total cases today, with 4,400 cases reported in Selangor alone. This was followed by Kuala Lumpur with 1,271 new cases, Negeri Sembilan with 899 and Kedah with 470 new cases. Several parts of Selangor and Kuala Lumpur have been under an Enhanced Movement Control Order or EMCO since July 3rd, where only certain economic sectors are allowed to operate. Yesterday, the Selangor state government had called for economic activities in areas under the EMCO in the state to remain closed during the order's 2-week period. Selangor Menteri Besar Amiruddin Shari said the state government views the EMCO goals of breaking the pandemic's chain of transmission has yet to be achieved. With this, they propose for the National Security Council's consideration that only economic sectors that are absolutely essential should remain open. He said the state government has proposed expediting the vaccination of workers and the vaccination rate should be a factor for considering the reopening of the economy. He added that among the reasons for the high number of cases is increased testing in areas under the enhanced MCO, as well as contact tracing being done in these areas.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Prasad Michael. Thank you for watching.